When most people think about strength, they imagine loud leaders, dominant personalities, and public displays of power. But Sigma males have a completely different kind of strength. It is silent, strategic, and incredibly effective. They do not seek the spotlight. They do not crave recognition. Instead, they move quietly, thinking 3 steps ahead, turning every encounter into a quiet game of strategy. This silent approach gives Sigma males a major advantage when dealing with enemies. While others react emotionally or rush into conflict, Sigma males observe, think, and plan. They are not interested in petty revenge or flashy victories. They are interested in winning in a way that leaves no room for retaliation. What makes Sigma males so confusing to their enemies is that their tactics are subtle. They do not announce their moves. They do not let their emotions show. They let others underestimate them and then strike when it counts most. Their strength comes from their ability to control themselves first. By mastering their own emotions, staying unpredictable, and focusing on what really matters, they dismantle their enemies' strategies before the fight even really begins. In this video, we are going to break down 6 genius tactics Sigma males use to outsmart and confuse their enemies. Each tactic is a piece of the larger puzzle that makes Sigma males such powerful and mysterious forces in any environment. Tactic number 1. Mastering emotional detachment. One of the first and most powerful tactics Sigma males use to outsmart their enemies is mastering emotional detachment. In any conflict, emotions are usually the first weapon enemies try to use. They want you to get angry, fearful, or desperate. Emotional reactions make people easier to predict and control. Sigma males understand this, and they refuse to give enemies that advantage. When faced with provocation, most people react immediately. They raise their voices. They argue. They show fear or frustration. Every emotional reaction reveals something, a weakness, a fear, a boundary. Enemies study these reactions and use them to craft their next moves. Sigma males, however, remain calm. Their faces give nothing away. Their tone stays steady. Their body language stays loose and relaxed. This emotional control does not mean that Sigma males do not feel emotions. They do. They feel anger, sadness, fear, just like everyone else. But the difference is that they do not let those emotions drive their actions in moments of conflict. They know how to process their feelings privately without letting them leak out when an enemy is watching. Mastering emotional detachment also gives Sigma males time. While their enemy is getting worked up, making mistakes, or exposing weaknesses through emotional outbursts, the Sigma male is analyzing. He is calculating. He is staying 2 moves ahead. Sigma males also understand that many conflicts are not won by force but by patience. The person who can stay calm the longest usually wins. By refusing to get pulled into emotional games, Sigma males often exhaust their enemies. They force them to reveal more information, make more mistakes, and eventually overextend themselves. Another important side effect of emotional detachment is the ability to pick battles wisely. Sigma males do not fight just because they are angry. They choose when and where to engage based on logic, not emotion. This makes them highly unpredictable and harder to manipulate. Enemies who rely on stirring up drama find themselves frustrated by the Sigma male's calm. Without emotional fuel to work with, their strategies fall apart. They realize too late that they are fighting an opponent who cannot be baited into reckless actions. In relationships, workplaces, and even everyday life, this emotional mastery gives Sigma males an incredible advantage. While others burn out or spiral into endless conflict, Sigma males stay centered. They conserve their energy for the battles that matter most, and often win without even lifting a finger. Mastering emotional detachment is not easy. It requires constant self-awareness, discipline, and practice. But Sigma males understand that in the long run, it is one of the most powerful tactics for outsmarting anyone who sees them as a threat. Tactic number 2. Utilizing strategic silence. In a world where everyone is rushing to be heard, Sigma males use silence as a weapon. They understand that sometimes the most powerful move is to say nothing at all. Strategic silence keeps enemies guessing. It creates uncertainty. It makes people uncomfortable. And in that discomfort, they often reveal far more than they should. Most people are uncomfortable with silence. In arguments, meetings, and negotiations, people rush to fill the quiet. They reveal their thoughts, their fears, and their weaknesses without realizing it. Sigma males exploit this natural discomfort. By staying silent at key moments, they create a psychological vacuum that forces others to fill the space. This tactic serves several purposes. First, it gives the Sigma male more information. People will often talk too much when faced with silence, revealing strategies, insecurities, or hidden agendas. Second, it creates pressure. When you say less, others assume you know more. They project their own fears and suspicions onto the silence, often imagining threats that do not even exist. Strategic silence also makes Sigma males harder to read. If you are always talking, you are always giving away clues about your thoughts and emotions. If you are quiet, others are left to guess. And the more they guess, the more they second-guess themselves, and the less confident they become. Sigma males use silence to control the pace of interactions. In negotiations, a well-timed pause can force the other side to offer more than they intended. In arguments, refusing to engage can make the aggressor seem unreasonable or desperate. In conflict, staying silent can protect the Sigma male from traps and emotional manipulation. Another layer to strategic silence is the power of listening. Sigma males are excellent listeners. While others are busy talking, Sigma males are gathering valuable information. They notice inconsistencies, catch subtle emotional shifts, and spot hidden motives. This ability to gather intelligence without revealing much in return gives them a massive strategic advantage. Strategic silence is not about being passive or weak. It is about control. It is about choosing when to speak, when to hold back, and when to let others dig their own graves with their own words. Enemies who expect open confrontation are thrown off balance by this tactic. They come looking for a fight and find a wall of silence instead. They come looking for emotional explosions and find calm, unreadable faces. And in that confusion, Sigma males make their next move, calculated, precise, and often invisible until it is too late. Using strategic silence is one of the smartest tactics Sigma males employ. It costs nothing but patience and self-control, and it delivers results that most people will never even see coming. Tactic number 3. Observing before acting. One of the smartest tactics Sigma males use to confuse and defeat their enemies is observing before acting. While most people rush into action eager to prove themselves or react emotionally, Sigma males take a different route. They slow down. They watch. They study. Observation is not just about noticing what is obvious. It is about seeing patterns, understanding motivations, and predicting future moves based on present behaviors. Sigma males treat every interaction like a chess game, looking several moves ahead before making a decision. When a conflict arises or when they spot an enemy, Sigma males do not react immediately. They stay quiet, gather information, and let the situation unfold. They watch how people handle pressure, how they treat others, and where their weaknesses lie. This patience gives them a powerful advantage. By the time they choose to act, they know exactly where to strike and how to avoid unnecessary risk. Enemies often mistake this silence for weakness or indecision. They assume that the Sigma male's lack of immediate action means he is scared, confused, or passive. They misread him because they do not realize he is gathering data, sharpening his next move in the background. By observing first, Sigma males avoid falling into traps. They do not get baited into emotional fights or manipulated into bad decisions. They let others reveal themselves through their words, actions, and inconsistencies. Every mistake made by the enemy during this observation phase becomes a tool the Sigma can use later. This tactic also ties into emotional control. Because Sigma males are not rushing to react, they stay calm and clear-headed. They are able to separate emotion from strategy, which gives them a huge edge over enemies who are fueled by anger, fear, or pride. Observing before acting is especially useful in environments like business, politics, or competitive social settings. While others are jockeying for position, showing their cards too early, or exposing their weaknesses, the Sigma male is patiently building his strategy behind the scenes. By the time he makes his move, it is decisive and devastating. In personal life, this tactic protects Sigma males from getting involved with toxic people. They take the time to really understand who someone is before trusting them. They notice small red flags that others overlook because they are not in a rush to connect or impress. This deep observational ability often makes Sigma males seem almost psychic. They anticipate problems before they happen. They know what people are going to do before they do it. But it is not magic. It is careful, disciplined observation combined with experience and intelligence. Enemies never see it coming because they are too focused on the Sigma male's outward stillness, mistaking it for weakness instead of the deadly preparation that it really is. Tactic number 4. Adapting to situations. Another brilliant tactic Sigma males use is their ability to adapt to any situation. Adaptability is often overlooked as a strength, but in real-world challenges, it is one of the most important traits you can have. Sigma males master it. Enemies often rely on predictable reactions. They expect people to respond the same way every time. They build their strategies around assumptions that you will panic under pressure, that you will lash out when provoked, that you will crumble when things get messy. Sigma males destroy these assumptions by refusing to be predictable. They adjust their strategies based on what is happening in real time. If a direct approach will work, they use it. If stealth is needed, they shift quietly. If patience is required, they wait. If speed is necessary, they move fast. They bend without breaking, changing their style without losing their core identity. This adaptability keeps enemies off balance. Every time they think they have figured out the Sigma male, he does something unexpected. Every time they plan an attack based on his past behavior, he moves differently. It is like trying to fight smoke. You cannot pin it down. Sigma males also adapt mentally and emotionally. They adjust their expectations, their strategies, and even their goals if the situation demands it. They are not stubborn in the way that breaks people. They are strong in a way that flexes intelligently with the world around them. In social environments, this means Sigma males can navigate different groups, cultures, and systems without losing themselves. They do not change who they are at the core, but they know how to shift their presentation, language, and behavior to suit different settings. This social fluidity makes them harder to isolate or defeat. In conflict, adaptability means Sigma males can adjust their defensive and offensive tactics as the situation evolves. They might ignore an enemy at first, confusing them. Then, when the enemy thinks the Sigma male is weak or passive, he counters suddenly and effectively. Adaptability also allows Sigma males to survive and thrive in chaotic environments where others fail. Economic downturns, social upheavals, political instability. While others are panicking or clinging to the old ways, Sigma males are already adapting to the new reality. Enemies who underestimate the Sigma male's flexibility find themselves fighting a ghost, something they cannot predict, pin down, or outlast. In the end, this quiet adaptability proves to be one of the deadliest weapons Sigma males carry. Tactic number 5. Leveraging independent thinking. Independent thinking is at the very heart of the Sigma male identity. And when it comes to outsmarting and confusing enemies, it becomes one of their most devastating weapons. Most people think in groups. They follow trends, obey authority without question, and look to others for cues on how to think, act, and react. Enemies who are used to manipulating these crowd-following mentalities are completely thrown off when they face a Sigma male who refuses to think like everyone else. Sigma males make their own decisions based on their own judgment. They analyze situations deeply. They consider different perspectives, but they are not bound by them. They ask hard questions, trust their instincts, and do what makes the most sense to them, even if it goes against what everyone else is doing. This independence creates confusion for enemies. Strategies that rely on peer pressure, public shaming, or emotional manipulation fall flat. The Sigma male simply does not care what the crowd thinks. He does not need approval, validation, or consensus to feel strong or justified. Enemies who expect to box a Sigma male into a corner through groupthink tactics find themselves facing someone who has already thought 10 steps ahead. Someone who is not afraid to be the only one standing if it means standing for the right thing. Independent thinking also allows Sigma males to come up with solutions that others never even consider. Because they are not trapped by conventional wisdom, they see opportunities others miss. They recognize weaknesses in systems others assume are unbreakable. They find creative paths through problems that seem impossible to solve. This makes Sigma males highly effective in conflicts, negotiations, and competitive environments. While enemies are stuck playing by outdated rules or predictable strategies, Sigma males are rewriting the rules on the fly. Leveraging independent thinking is not about being stubborn or rebellious for no reason. It is about being free enough to think clearly, creatively, and courageously, even when everyone else is too scared or too conditioned to do the same. This mental freedom, combined with observation, emotional detachment, and adaptability, makes Sigma males some of the most confusing and formidable opponents anyone can face. Tactic number 6. Maintaining a low profile. One of the most genius tactics Sigma males use to outsmart and confuse their enemies is maintaining a low profile. While others are busy seeking attention, showcasing their achievements, or building reputations for everyone to see, Sigma males move silently. They stay under the radar, and that makes them incredibly hard to target. In modern society, being visible often seems like a requirement. People post everything about their lives on social media. They announce their moves before they make them. They crave recognition, validation, and applause from the crowd. Sigma males reject all of this. They understand that power is greater when it is hidden. Strength is more effective when it is not telegraphed to the world. By maintaining a low profile, Sigma males protect themselves from unnecessary attacks, jealousy, and sabotage. If people do not know your next move, they cannot stop it. If they do not know what you value, they cannot threaten it. Enemies struggle to figure out Sigma males because there is so little to latch onto. There are no obvious weaknesses on display. There are no loud declarations to attack. There is no need for constant validation that can be exploited. Sigma males become moving targets that are nearly impossible to trap. Maintaining a low profile does not mean Sigma males are hiding out of fear. It means they are choosing to conserve their energy, protect their privacy, and strike only when it matters. They build their lives quietly, and by the time others realize how far they have come, it is already too late to stop them. In competitive environments like business, this tactic is especially powerful. While others are fighting for titles, recognition, and temporary applause, Sigma males are building real value, businesses, skills, networks, out of sight. They are not distracted by drama or attention games. Their focus stays locked on results. In personal life, maintaining a low profile protects Sigma males from gossip, manipulation, and betrayal. They are careful about who knows their plans, their dreams, and their weaknesses. They trust slowly and reveal even less. This cautious approach keeps their inner circle small but strong. This tactic also keeps Sigma males mentally strong. Without the constant noise of public attention and external validation, they stay focused on their own values, goals, and missions. They are not pulled off course by the opinions of the crowd because they are not living for the crowd in the first place. Enemies who expect a flashy opponent, someone easy to track, predict, and attack, find themselves confused and frustrated. They cannot fight what they cannot see. They cannot stop what they do not understand. And that confusion gives the Sigma male time, space, and opportunity to execute his plans flawlessly. Maintaining a low profile is not a weakness. It is one of the most powerful tactics a Sigma male can use. Silent moves, loud results. Throughout this video, we have explored 6 genius tactics that Sigma males use to outsmart and confuse their enemies. From emotional detachment to strategic silence, from patient observation to quiet adaptability, from fierce, independent thinking to maintaining an invisible presence, every move they make is rooted in strategy, discipline, and deep self-awareness. Sigma males prove that you do not need to be loud to be powerful. You do not need to fight publicly to win decisively. You do not need to seek approval to live a life of strength, purpose, and freedom. What makes Sigma males so difficult to defeat is their complete mastery over themselves. They cannot be baited easily. They cannot be manipulated through emotion. They do not crumble under social pressure. They do not move just because others expect them to. Their discipline protects them. Their patience strengthens them. And their intelligence leads them to victories that most people will never even see coming. Enemies who underestimate Sigma males often do so because they mistake silence for weakness. They assume that if someone is not constantly fighting, bragging, or demanding attention, they must not be a threat. But that is exactly the mistake that Sigma males use against them. By staying calm, moving quietly, and thinking independently, Sigma males set traps that others willingly walk into. By refusing to be predictable, they make it impossible for enemies to gain the upper hand. And by trusting in their own path, not the path society lays out for everyone else, they achieve real, lasting power. Sigma males do not fight for the spotlight. They fight for freedom, for truth, and for mastery of themselves and their lives. And in that battle, they are some of the smartest and most resilient warriors the world has ever seen.